Howdy folks, back with SnowRunner, and I don't ordinarily do this, but I'm usually when I typically just move equipment from one map to the other, I don't usually record that. Maybe I should start over. I'm in Lake COVID moving equipment to Imandra. Now I've got a scout vehicle pulling a scout fuel trailer, but I want to get the M134 over there too. And rather than driving them separately and making two trips, it would actually be 3 trips because I already took over the Action. I've got the Warthog in the garage because the raised suspension upgrade for the Warthog is somewhere on Imandra, and I didn't want to bring the Warthog over there until I found that upgrade. Does that make sense? Find the upgrade, apply it to the Warthog, then bring it over if I need it. So right now I'm pulling the Scout fuel trailer with a Scout vehicle, so I don't have to drag it by a winch cable. If I pulled it with the M134, I would have to drag it by a winch cable. Now, pulling the M134 behind the Scout is not going to be any problem, I don't think, because the M134's engine is running. You can hear it. So, I guess I wouldn't ordinarily record simply moving equipment, but this is something kind of unusual. Something you probably haven't seen me do before. I know you haven't seen me drive the Scout vehicle before because I've never had it out of the garage. I'm gonna pull that winch in. There we go. I hooked it up, but I never pulled it in. Now I'm gonna take a route. Like I say, in the first video, I moved the, it's funny, snaking back and forth on this. In the first video, I moved the Scout Star with the prototype exploration unit over there, and I kind of went straight ahead till I got up by the rail yard, and then I got on the road, and I took the road all the way. Well, the road is a piece of shit. for lack of putting it any other way. The road is bad, let's say that. So this time, you saw that hard right I just took past the end of the big rupture in the ice. So I'm going to take the ice field all the way through. When I moved the Action over to the next map, I went all the way down on the ice to where the bunker is, and then I went up a trail that gets me on the road, and that trail was so freaking nasty with the roller coaster walk up and down and then cambering left and right. I had to Oops. I didn't want to go to that side of the tree, because then I hit the rock. I had to flip that thing back over twice. I got it upside down twice. And this thing looks like it's trying to get upside down. Yep. Well, that's why I've got the partly why I wanted to bring the forward. This is what you guys don't normally see. I don't record it because it's just a lot of bullshit. Yeah, it's not going to flip over like that. But now that I got it straight, maybe I can latch, maybe I can do change truck again. Come on, hold the camera still so I can use the pointer. Change truck to crawler. Holy balls. You see that thing flip all the way around? I wanted it on the other side so I could flip it. Dang it. It was all set up perfect for me to flip it. And then when I switched back to it, it flipped the wrong thing way. I know ordinarily if you detach the trailer, the truck will come over easier, but I didn't want to have to hook back up to the trailer, have the trailer sitting at the wrong, pointing out into the water or something, sitting the wrong way when it comes time to hook back up to the trailer. So I thought it would be easy to just flip the truck with the trailer. It would have been a lot easier if it hadn't done that wild flip. When I changed back to the M4, I'm gonna get this thing. Oops. I think it might be better if I just drove this through this section. This is a really long section. I wanted to see what this scout vehicle would do. This and in a couple of minutes, I want to just see this. See this. don't want to put it over on its side again. Oh, there's an ice shelf there. Okay, well, let's try getting up on the other side of the ice shelf. Okay, that's enough winch, since it's pulling me the wrong frickin' way anyways. Hey, it climbed out with winch, with help from the winch. Whoops. Dang steering. The tree steered me the wrong way. Driving over the tree made me go the wrong way. I don't know, when I went back to buy this trailer, you have to drive from the garage to the port to get the trailer store, to get to the trailer store. This thing drove real nice. Drove a straight line down that asphalt road. Alright, I'm up here far enough. I think I'm going to shut this off and bring the M134 up. Now I can go around that water by going straight ahead. But let me bring the M134 up. Stop engine. Hop in the M134. It's sitting there running. And it'll get up to where that truck is in no time. No, it's not running. How about that? See where that thing fell in? This thing just scoots right across. Look at it. Look at this. I can go right across that. See, you can see the tracks from the Scout. Look at me going right up the middle. Now, I know it's going to get deep here. And I know I could go around. But look at that. The Scout, that little Scout 800, was practically helpless across this ice and this water. I kept sinking, having to winch out, trying to stay to the edge. Look at this. I can just go wherever I want with this thing. So I think what I'll do is I'll lead with this, with the M134. Oops. Pushed M instead of V. I was hoping this wouldn't turn into more than 20 minutes or so, but gosh, we're at 15 already. So look at that M134 go, man. I can steer it. I can drive it wherever I want. Though I need to get back out on the ice. I don't want to be up here in these trees. Just mow those trees down without having them push me in a different direction. The only thing is the trees that you cannot mow down, they'll flip the M134 because the dang thing drives right straight up the tree like a coonhound. And if you don't hit reverse fast enough, it'll go over because it goes right straight up the tree onto its ass end and then it drops over backwards. So I'm pulling the Scout through this. The Scout wouldn't ordinarily, that Scout 800 wouldn't ordinarily be able to go through that without winching or tipping over. Look at how the Scout is falling into a deep hole where the M134 did not. And now the M134 is stuck because of the Scout. Come on. Now I'm going to have to release the winch. Move the M134 ahead. And then hook up the winch again. See, look how the Scout sank in. The M134 did not. Come on, keep going, baby. The Scout is out of fuel. Okay, well, let's do something about that. See, Scout couldn't even make it to the other map without running out of fuel. Can I drive this out of here? Stick it in low plus and put in the diff lock. Oh, the diff lock doesn't even... Ah. I hit Y thinking I would lock in the diff lock. What I did is connected to the M134, and then when I put the power on, it applied power to the M134 as well, as if there were a non-player character driving the M134. The M134 pulled it ahead even though I was in the Scout. I didn't know it would do that. As if you had it's like you had your buddy in the M134 driving it. Or an NPC. But I'm gonna go back the other way now, because I can't steer the M134 from the Scout. And we got a lot more of this crappy shit to go through. But it's still better than taking the trail or the road. I want to check the map. Yeah, I'm doing it right. The only reason the waypoint is way over there is because I didn't take the time to make it the right shape, draw out all the points that I wanted. I just kind of put it straight across. I want to veer to the right here and go up around the top side of that island. The waterway goes around both sides of that island. Or, wait a second, let me move the map. The Ford is sitting there. I thought I would stop by the F750 and see if I could recover it to the garage. Even though I've done that on the live server, on the test server, all the vehicles are still where they were before I saved them or took them back to the garage and made them mine. Which is why, also why all this area is black when I had it cleared out. It's the difference between the live server and the public test server. I uploaded my save game from the live server to the public test server. I overwrote the public test server save game with my live server save game. So I own all the vehicles that were on this map. But when I come over here to the public test server, all the vehicles that I collected when I was on this map are back in their original position. Whoa, that was a big hole. That's a big hole there. That hole almost swallowed the M134. Alright, I want to get past the tree. Okay, now I'm going to hit V and see if I can change to the F750. Come on. Move the view around. Let me get her. There you go. See, now I can recover it to the garage. Maybe bring it over after I fully upgrade it. I don't want to bring it over in that condition. Oh, I don't have that engine is on the other map, but I haven't discovered it yet. I have an idea where it is, but I haven't discovered it yet. But I will get that engine. Are these mud or off-road? Oh, they're just off-road. I hesitate to put chains on it because chains reduce traction in mud. I'll leave it the way it is for now. I may change it later. Advanced Scout, featuring both an extended length and a more, it almost bridges the gap between Scout winches and heavier truck-oriented winches. Okay, but it's not autonomous. This is the only autonomous. This is the only one that runs on battery when the engine dies. Extended motor pull strength. But it's still not autonomous. This is a longer Scout. This combines the extended and the high power. This runs on battery, but it's not as strong. So is this thing going to be likely to tip over and need the autonomous? Or would the advanced be more valuable? Gaugeable all-wheel drive. And then frame add-ons. Holy moly. That's a hell of a roof rack. 400 repair parts, 4 spare wheels, and 180 liters of fuel. But look what it does to the power to weight ratio, down to a C. Small roof rack. Didn't affect the power to weight ratio. 2 in 100. The utility mount is what's on it. 100 repair parts, 2 spare wheels, and 50 liters of fuel. And you got that and that. I don't think I would ever run that. What happens if we put the loading crane in the flatbed? Oh, you can do loading crane and flatbed both at the same time. That's interesting, but I bet it handles like shit because there's so much weight on the ass end and nothing on the front. Let's take the flatbed off. There it's got the utility mount and the custom pickup bed. Utility mount has 100 repair points, 2 spare wheels, and 50 in the fuel tank. Custom pickup bed, it's 400 repair points, 4 spare wheels, and 180 in the fuel tank. That's a lot of top heavy, but I don't know. I'm not going to mess around with that anymore right now. Wasting gigabytes. Let's go back to the M134. Alright, now that we've picked up that truck, all we need to do is get up the hill, and we're in Imandra. This is the way, whoops. This is the way I've done it before. This is the way I've come with the scout vehicle before. The M134, I mean. Technically it is a scout vehicle, but you just have to negotiate this boulder field and then you're up the hill. Now, I didn't want it to go that way. The dragging the scout behind me is making this more difficult than it should be, but so you can go past the pole and you're on the road. And the gate is right there. That's why I chose to come up that way. And if I was doing it in just the M134 by itself, I would have been there in 7-8 minutes tops. 7 or 8 minutes to zoom across the ice, go up through the watery for half frozen swamps, up the hill, and boom, right across. But I chose to use the scout to carry the fuel trailer over rather than dragging it on a tow line behind the M134. So stop engine. Right there's the Action. It's a Tuz 166 or something. I remember it's called an Action. God, it was a bitch getting that thing over here. But mainly it was the roads that I took, more than how the vehicle drives. Now I need to go back to Lake COVID. I need to hop into the crawler scout and bring it across. And that'll be where I end this video. It was, like I say, I don't ordinarily even record these. You know, just moving equipment. So that's all I'm doing, is moving equipment to the next map. But I wanted to record this one to show you what's involved in getting some equipment over here. Now this I'll probably leave on the road here and pull that fuel trailer up to somewhere that it can be an advantage to me. And then I'll probably take off in the M134 and start doing some scouting. I've got the Scout Star on this map. This will show you what I have on the map now. See, I've got the Crawler Scout. I've got the Tuz 16 Action, not 166. I was close. The M134 and the Ultimate Scout Star. I've got a small Scout flatbed, off-road Scout fuel trailer, prototype exploration unit, and a semi-trailer fuel carrier. And then there's another fuel carrier somewhere. I think it's up here. Yeah, that one I haven't actually driven up there and discovered yet, so I don't have access to it. Everything else is right in here. That waypoint, that watchtower, I can see where it is, so I'll probably go grab that with the M134. Or maybe I'll run the Scout Star up there and then use the prototype exploration unit again. But actually, M134, open up the watchtower. The watchtower will open up a lot of this area without having to use the prototype unit. I want to grab that upgrade. I don't have a clue what it is, but I want it. And that's all I'm going to really do right now, because I'm going to come back with an Imandra video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.